It has been over 50 years since the shadowy figure known as the Zodiac Killer terrorized the San Francisco Bay Area, leaving behind a trail of chilling letters, horrifying murders, and cryptic codes that have stumped investigators and amateur sleuths alike. You might be wondering, why does this cold case still captivate the minds of so many, even decades later? What is it about these enigmatic codes that continue to inspire fascination and fear? Today, we seek to peel back the layers of this notorious figure's legacy, diving deep into the unsolved mysteries of the Zodiac Killer's codes. Stick with us, you might uncover insights that change the way you view this infamous case and perhaps even the evolution of criminal investigation itself. The Zodiac Killer's modus operandi was as remarkable as it was disturbing. He claimed to have killed as many as 37 people, though only 5 confirmed victims have been identified. What sets him apart from other criminals is not merely the brutality of his acts, but also his theatrical flair for communication. Starting in 1969, the killer began sending letters to local newspapers, taunting the police and challenging the public to decipher his codes. These missives contained not just grim details about his crimes, but also snippets of his self-proclaimed genius, especially evident in his coded messages. You might find it curious that, of all the terrifying aspects of the Zodiac Killer's legacy, what we often focus on are his cryptograms. This cryptic dance of letters and symbols stirs an insatiable curiosity about the mind behind the madness. Could it be that these codes hold the key to finding the identity of this elusive figure? Let's delve deeper. The first of these ciphers, the 408-character cipher, was sent along with a letter in July 1969. This cipher, cracked by amateur codebreakers in the late 1960s, revealed a chilling message from the killer, boasting about enjoying killing and detailing his twisted enjoyment of the act. But what of the other, more complex codes? The Zodiac Killer's most cryptic messages remain unsolved, even today. The 340-character cipher, sent in November 1969, is perhaps the most famous of these enigmas. For over 51 years, it sat unbroken, inviting investigation and speculation. With over 7,000 possible combinations of characters, this cipher became a tantalizing riddle for both professional codebreakers and amateur enthusiasts. In fact, it's such a formidable puzzle that even the best minds in cryptography struggled with its complexity. The mystery deepened when the Zodiac himself included such taunting lines as, "I hope you are having lots of fun and trying to catch me," further exemplifying his game of cat and mouse. Have you ever considered why some codes remain indecipherable, despite the advancements in technology and understanding of cryptography? Perhaps it's linked to the very nature of the codes. The Zodiac utilized a variety of ciphers, employing the symbols of the Polybius square and even astrological symbols, elements that toyed not just with language but with the very psyche of the beholder. Here's something you didn't expect. Some of the codes combine traditional ciphering techniques paired with unique modifications, casting ambiguity and artfulness onto every letter and number. Each new attempt to decode these messages reveals a side of the Zodiac that was both clever and horrifying. The allure of the Zodiac's codes raises essential questions about the intersection of madness and brilliance. Is there a method behind the killer's cryptic madness? The act of encoding messages hints at more than just a need for attention or control. It suggests a calculated strategy to exert power over both the investigators and the public. In a sense, he wasn't just a murderer but a self-appointed artist of chaos, constructing a chilling narrative around his actions. What comes next will leave you speechless. A trio of codebreakers, armed only with ingenuity and a shared obsession, stunned the world in December 2020 when they finally cracked the 340-character cipher. The message revealed grotesque delight in his dark deeds and reiterated the Zodiac's image as not just a criminal, but a twisted genius reveling in his notoriety. For those committed to cracking the Zodiac's codes, it's imperative to rethink how we view the links between his cryptography and the chilling specificities of his crimes. Each code serves both as a lure and a taunt. It paints an intricate picture of a man who sought both notoriety and psychological satisfaction at the expense of human life. But let's dive even deeper into this psychological tapestry. Why did he feel compelled to write? Why the need for a puzzle? Every letter resembles more than mere communication. They bear the signature of terror and amusement. You might be wondering who would actively choose to riddle the world with both mystique and dread. It boils down to the complex psychology of the Zodiac killer himself, whose ego demanded recognition. While many serial killers crave the spotlight, the Zodiac elevated that desire into a macabre form of artistry. His choice to encode his messages suggested a worldly intellect and a need for validation that transcended the brutality of his actions. Many explore the developing theories around the Zodiac's identity beyond his codes and the chilling horror evoked through his crimes. Each theory presents varying perspectives on who he could be and what motive compelled him to act. Did outsmarting the police and the public provide him with a twisted sense of joy? Or was it an existential inquiry into his power? His correspondence, rife with astrology and occult references, poses further questions about the depth of his intellect and possible influences guiding his dark impulses, leading to musings that the killer enveloped his actions with layers of meaning, possibly even drawing from his own form of twisted philosophy. Now, let's turn our attention to the codes that remain unsolved. Some pieces of the Zodiac's ciphered correspondence remain cloaked in mystery, like the 32-character cipher sent in April 1970. This message has stymied even the most seasoned codebreakers. You may be surprised to know that each segment of the Zodiac's writing has led scholars to argue that there may be multiple layers of meaning embedded within the text. In the face of this enduring enigma, the question persists: could the Zodiac's elusive nature signify a deeper enigma that connects back to human comprehension? Every time we attempt to decode, we peer into the abyss of a mind that refuses to be understood. Moreover, many would find it shocking that as of late 2023, high-profile efforts from amateur enthusiasts persist to determine the Zodiac's identity. Ongoing investigations still explore how these codes may connect to vast underground networks of serial killers and criminal societies. With documentaries, podcasts, and online forums amplifying interest and discussion, the case of the Zodiac killer has transformed into our modern-day Greek tragedy, a narrative filled with enigmas, unrelenting questions, and attempts to unveil the truth from narratives steeped in darkness. The Zodiac's codes shape a larger narrative thread that attracts a diverse range of enthusiasts and professionals, merging the realms of amateur sleuthing with forensic psychology. What happens when creativity collides with criminality? Are the crafts of these intricate ciphers merely shadows of the human experience, offering glimpses into a being that could just as easily be a tortured artist as a remorseless killer? As we journey through this exploration, it's equally essential to contemplate any insights arising from the case and the nature of unsolved mysteries alike. The Zodiac killer's cryptic correspondence serves as a case study on the potency of obsession in human psychology, both for the one who creates and for the ones who attempt to decipher. Aspiring detectives, linguists, and even hobbyists globalize attention and analysis on a mere handful of notes hidden behind layers of fear and cunning. Perhaps our obsession with these codes extends beyond mere curiosity. Perhaps it forces us to confront the darker corners of our own psyche and society's collective fear of unresolved evil. But let's not lose sight of the ultimate aim, unearthing concrete conclusions. As the mystery continues, the search for closure remains relentless. Current efforts to unravel these layers range from forensic linguistics to psychological analysis. Have you ever thought about how this journey complements technological advancement? Tools that did not exist half a century ago are now helping researchers tackle these complexities in profound ways. Modern codebreakers wield the power of artificial intelligence, enhancing their capabilities to explore the enigmatic language left behind by the killer. Imagine, for a moment, variables in decoding, a flicker of a light in an otherwise pitch-black room. New approaches might yield revelations, stir curiosity, and break the bonds that tether the unsolved to the known. So, what should we expect moving forward? Will we uncover the hidden meanings in the remaining codes and lay to rest misconceptions born out of fragmented knowledge? The hope for closure persists, moving in tandem with the relentless search for truth. In conclusion, the unsolved mysteries of the Zodiac killer's enigmatic codes serve as both a haunting reminder of human depravity and an enduring intellect weaves through linguistic puzzles. They raise vital questions about the very nature of communication, identity, and psychological gamesmanship. As we peel back the layers of this dark legacy, the interplay between madness and brilliance persists, drawing us deeper into the labyrinthine journey of discovery. Thank you for exploring the enigmatic world of the Zodiac killer's codes with us today. Stay tuned for future insights into mysteries that linger in the shadows, as we unravel their captivating stories, one cryptic symbol and letter at a time. What waits beyond the next turn of the page? Only time will tell.